Thursday. Thanks so much for tuning into the Splash Live, a show dedicated to sharing the stories of the people who call the greater West Bloomfield community home. I'm Ronnie Dahl. We so appreciate your time today. Hey, remember back, what was it, December 2019? We thought it was going to be a great year, 2020. Woohoo! Well, before the world shut down, Laurel Rivera quit her day job to follow her passion. And then the COVID crisis turned the world upside down. But Laurel didn't let it stop her. And now EM2M Fitness in Kegel Harbor is not only open, it's thriving. We are very excited to have Laurel on the show for the very first time. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored. I'm really honored to be here.
Well, kind of give us a backstory. Those first few months, probably pretty nervous for you.
Well, actually, the first few months after I left my job in beginning of 2020, everything was great. Went on a 50th birthday celebration trip, came back, business was thriving. I was working at a local gym in West Bloomfield, and then suddenly we had to shut down. So that's where it kind of got scary. But what I can tell you, what I did is went right into action. And I think 2 days after the gym closed, I started contacting my clients and saying, hey, how about we train on Zoom? Would you be willing to give that a try? And you're talking about some clients that aren't proficient in the internet and, you know, Facebook, the whole social media. So that was a little bit of a curve, but we made it through. We made it through.
And we think back to that, Laurel, because we've Zoom in the beginning, we were all like, how do you do this? And now we're all Zoom experts, right?
Right. We are all Zoom experts now. Everybody, even our kids and grandchildren, which is phenomenal, but kind of crazy. If you come from our neck of the woods or, you know, from our generation, it's a little crazy, but hey, we've made it and a lot of us are doing good and we've made the adjustment. So we're better people for it and we have no reason or no excuse not to show up for physical activities or meeting or any type of meeting at this point.
Well, tell us a little bit more behind the name EM2M Fitness.
Okay, what I can tell you is that stands for Empowered, Motivate to Move, and that is actually the middle initials of each one of my children: Darius Alan, Raquel Mariana, and Oscar Marcel. So I have 3 adult children, and that's where I got the name from. Because of them, I tell people that they helped me get through a very difficult divorce almost 20 years ago. That's what kept me going, and that and fitness. And that's how I kind of sort of found my passion. And that's what's brought me up to today and where I am right now today.
So tell us, how is it going over at, because do you call it a gym? It's really, I think, a boutique service for people.
Right. So I use Studio. And so thank you for putting that out there. I do use Studio, but I also tell people when you see my brand, it's not just about fitness. I do some life coaching. So I work with kids all the way. One of my oldest clients is 93 years old. So I'm working with people with different type of limitations, injuries, chronic illness, athletes, etc. But this is a more personable atmosphere. I do sometimes have buddy training, but it's more personable. So I always tell people, this is kind of like Vegas. What you say here stays here. If you want to cry, you can cry. I've also cried, but during COVID, I journaled. And during my journaling, all I would say is, I just want a space that I can keep my clients and myself safe. And at that time, I was only talking about my existing clients. But as soon as I opened and I put the announcement out, it's amazing. My clientele has more than doubled. And obviously I have people that come and go during the different seasons because they have now we're going into the summer. So we have some people with outside activities, but it's a safe place. So if you're someone that has a job that's very stressful, this is a place where you can come and be free and relieve that stress. And if you're someone that's going through some emotional challenges, I can help you through those.
Because I like this. I know that the one thing looking at your website as well, you have a journal for people that they can purchase, because this is more than just the physical aspect of moving. It's a mental aspect.
Correct. So when I opened up, right before I opened, the gentleman that helped me with my marketing was like, what if I told you could write a book in 30 days? Of course, I looked at him like he was crazy. And he didn't initially tell me that I was going to be paid, foot the bill for that. But I put myself up to the challenge and decided. He said, I post an inspirational post every morning typically between like 6 a.m. and by 9 a.m. And from that the book came about. And so the book is just to get people to start writing what they desire for their life. It's just, I take words and I give you my spill on the words, what I think the word means, and give you a way to respond positively to negative words like anxiety. For anxiety, I say anxiety is a fuel that you have to catapult you to the next level. So don't look at anxiety as something negative and, oh, I'm a nervous wreck and this isn't going to happen. Take that anxiety that you have and use that to push you forward. So at the end of every chapter in my book, you have the ability, there's some questions or some phrases where you have the ability to make some comments. So there's some space for you to write what you're feeling or thinking at that time.
Because how important was that part of your journey to help you get to this area that you are now? Well,
journaling, what I didn't know until after I opened, I literally every day, every morning I journaled. And the first thing that I said is I wanted a space for my clients and myself to be safe, where we could train, we could cry if we want to cry. I actually said this, I have it in my journals, I still write today. And I mean, it just helped. I mean, in less than a year, I had a studio open. And I just think that it just helped me stay on track. And every day, just doing Zoom with clients and going outside and posting my inspirational posts helped me stay on track. And so what I tell my clients today, because I do have some clients that I help with journaling, and explain to them, this is a way to help you put what you desire for your life on paper and organize it. And it's a reminder, every time you open your book, it's a reminder that you're doing something intentional. So I'm all about the intentional work. This meeting with you today, the ability to have this interview is, to me, is something that I've dreamed about, and it's something from my intentional work. And what I've seen is things in my life are flourishing because of that intentional work.
Well, we're very excited to have you in Keiko Harbor. Laurel, I live right down the street from your shop. I'm at BK Sushi at least once or twice a week, so I'm going to pop in and say hi to you. How important, though, has it been for you to really be in such a small community where people are trying to support our small businesses right now?
Well, for me, it's important because I'm all about the little guy or a little person. It doesn't matter where you start, it doesn't matter how big, we are all human, and we all have desires and we all have wants, and we're all dealing with something. I tell my clients all the time, everybody's dealing with something, whether that's small or big. What's big to me may be small to someone else. So being in a community like this, I actually worked here many years ago. We don't want to put my age out there, but many years ago. So I have a little foundation here. So it's more important because we're small and people forget about the small people or small things. And so I'm actually running in a contest for Miss Health and Fitness right now to be the next, hopefully, cover girl. So I'm hoping that that's gonna also put our community, I've trained in different communities. I train people from different areas here, especially in Oakland County. So this is hopefully can put us on the map, because it's not how small you are. It's not about the quantity, it's the quality, right? We have a lot of quality here in Keiko. So I'm hoping that I can be an added value to the community.
You are so energetic, though, but I love, so people, just so you know, you can go on and vote. Please vote. Keep voting. Keep voting. Let's get our area on the map and support a new business. But also, I feel like this has been not only a journey for you, but you've learned lessons along the way, and you're helping others.
Yes, I've learned a lot of lessons. Everyone's different. That's not a cliche, it's the truth. Everyone's different. But most importantly, like I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, everyone is dealing with something, right? We all have challenges. And I'm not saying they're challenges that are make or break us, but we all are dealing with something or have a family member or significant other that's dealing with something. So for me, it's a reminder that you really have to have that faith. And faith, it's not about a thought. You actually really have to sometimes just let go, being in the moment, because all we have is right now. We're not promised tomorrow. We can't change yesterday. We should only be worrying about what we can do today. And for me, my day is about it helping at least one person or bringing joy. I might look quirky on the social media, but if I can bring a smile or bring joy to at least one person, then I've done my part as a human being in the world that we live in today.
Hey, Laurel, I saw you're on TikTok.
Yes, I'm trying it out. I'm getting good at it. I think I'm getting good at it.
I'm going to come hang out with you because I can't figure it out. I've been trying. I'm like, I need an 8-year-old.
I can tell you, one of my young clients said, you got to get on TikTok. I did one video. It was a Snoop Dogg thing. It was okay. And then one day I said, I got to get on here. So I'm getting better at it. I'm trying to do a few every, at least one every couple of days. It's a lot of fun, and I'm gonna tell you, it's a little addicting. You will get addicted.
See,
maybe not the posting.
I love that. So, where can people find you on social media? And we also made a graphic we can pull up with your location. Okay. So, share that with us as well.
So you can find me on TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram at Rivera Laurel. That's RIVERA LAUREL. I also have an Instagram a business Instagram, EM2M Fitness, but I mostly post on the Rivera Laurel because that's what people are more familiar with. So even on TikTok is Rivera Laurel 0.
And where's your location?
My location is at 2985 Orchard Lake Road. I'm in Suite E, right next to BK Sushi. A little shout out to them because they've given me a lot of marketing as well. And I'm at the corner of Cass Lake and Orchard Lake in Sawyer's Landing. And
for people, the phone number 248-860-3763. You can email em2mfitness@gmail.com. Let's support our local businesses. Welcome to Kego.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And thank you for sharing your story because you are definitely a motivator and an inspiration for other people. Life is short. You got to start living it.
That's right. We got to start living it and be active because activity can help you in a lot of ways, mentally, physically, and just make you overall feel well. So be well and be intentional.
Great. Thank you so much, Laurel.
Thank you.
Hey, by the way, do you know someone here in our community that's making a difference? People like Laurel. We love when new people move into the area. So we want to know about them. Someone from the greater West Bloomfield community going above and beyond to improve our little corner of the world. Show your gratitude. But we need to know about them. But we have made it easy. There is a QR code, and you can just use your phone, put it up to the screen, and it's going to pull up a Google Forms document. If you just fill that out, give us the person's contact info, why you think they should be recognized. It could be a person, a business, or an organization. You can also find the form by going to civiccentertv.com. We're going to take a quick break here on The Splash. When we come back, what's happening around town?
Splash Live.
In the face of COVID-19, staying healthy is important. And now the same is true as we face the flu. Influenza has the potential to infect millions, putting lives and the healthcare system at risk. Fortunately, it's easy to protect yourself. The flu vaccine is safe and effective, and with COVID-19 still spreading, it's essential. To see how you can hit this virus head-on, visit michigan.gov/flu. Can I ask you a question? Why do you want to get the COVID-19 vaccine?
I don't like getting sick. The virus will die. It will be easy to not catch it. Keep my family safe and keep playing soccer. Because I love being vaccinated.
What's your hope for everyone?
I hope everybody gets the vaccine to keep safe and strong. Be like happy, having fun everywhere. Everyone stay safe and hope you get the vaccine.
And now, back to The Splash, live.
Hey, looking for something to do? Well, there's a few things happening around town. Nothing like music in the park to make it feel like summer, and fingers crossed, the weather is going to hold out for the kickoff of the Kids Commotion Summer Concert Series. It's happening tonight. Marsh Bank Park on Hiller Road here in West Bloomfield. Live music, free inflatables, lots of fun. Bring your blanket and your lawn chairs. The music starts at 5 p.m. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but boaters have been hitting the area lakes in record numbers since the start of the pandemic. But before getting out on the water, you need to know how to be safe. We want to say thank you to Jan Hayes Holmes. She is teaming up with the Oakland County Sheriff's Department and sponsoring a boater safety class. It's happening this Saturday, May 21st at the Oakland County Boat Club, taking place from 8:30 a.m. until 3 p.m. I know it's all day, but it's really, really important. It could save a life. We want to let you know you do need to pre-register. There are a few spots left. However, you do not need to be a Sylvan Lake resident to take part in that. You're watching The Splash Live, your local channel sharing stories from West Bloomfield, Kiko Harbor, Sylvan Lake, and Orchard Lake. Catch the show live Monday through Friday starting at 9:30 a.m. and on demand at civiccentertv.com. When we come back, we're talking The Splash, a different kind of splash. That's next.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
And now, back to The Splash Live.
Last summer, West Bloomfield Parks cut the ribbon on the state's largest splash pad, and it's been a big hit. What's in store this year over at the Lily Pad Springs? Mike Hodgins, the facility manager, joins us live. Great to have you with us. How are you?
I'm doing great. Looking forward to the season. I appreciate you guys having me on today.
Where's your bathing suit?
I'm waiting, I got Memorial Day coming up. It's all packed, ready to go.
So Mike, I forgot until just now, I'm ready for summer. I got my flamingo. This is a bubble maker, although I don't know if I'm allowed to make bubbles in the studio. But it says summer, right? It's been so popular, the splash pad over there. How's it been going? Last year went pretty well?
Yeah, last year went really well. We're looking forward to our 2022 season. We're open 7 days a week, weather permitting, and 3 sessions available to choose from, which are again 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., 1:30 to 3:30, and 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
So you guys have had, one season under your belts, kind of figure out how things are going, and you did it in the middle of a pandemic. Can we say thank you and congratulations to you and your team? Now that you've had a little bit of time, what's going to be new and different this year?
Yeah, so this year we have a couple new things. We have sensory-friendly Mondays, which is for our park visitors that may find a regular day at the splash pad a little overwhelming. This special session is going to be perfect for you. Starting June 13th, there will be Mondays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. July 4th and Labor Day will be excluded. We'll have limited capacity. The big splash bucket and overhead spray features will be limited. We are also doing private party rentals this year, which residents only can apply. They're available from June 13th to August 14th. It includes exclusive access to the splash pad from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. and the tent with picnic tables from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. So again, it's perfect to have a nice private party. Go play in the splash park exclusively with your party for an hour, and then from there have cake and ice cream over at our tents.
Okay, that would definitely give you the cool kid points on the block, right?
That's right. Yep, absolutely.
You guys ever bring in food trucks this year?
Yeah, so we're also doing twilight sessions with food trucks, and these special sessions run 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. A food truck will be available for each event from 3:30 to 7:30, and the dates and food trucks are June 16th with Hello Marla ice cream, so a nice sweet treat for June 16th. June 30th, Nom Nom Ninja, also great food selection. July 14th, CC Soul Food, you can't beat it. And finally, July 28th, the Holy Roll, which is also a great food truck.
You know, Mike, that's going to be a super popular event. Are you prepared?
Oh, we're prepared. We're real excited for it. We're ready to get an extra session going and get those food trucks in here, keep our residents happy and some non-residents as well.
So can you give us some information about the tickets? Do you have to get them the day of? Can you buy them in advance?
Yeah, so residents can pre-purchase wristbands 30 days in advance, and then non-residents can pre-purchase 15 days in advance. We also have on-site ticket wristbands available as well, which can be purchased 15 minutes before the session starts.
So can I ask you, because when you say residents, is it just residents of West Bloomfield, or does it you know, because we always kind of think of us, the greater West Bloomfield community?
Yes, it's for West Bloomfield residents.
Okay, that's good to know. Hey, can I use our address here at the office? We won't do that though to you. But it's been pretty popular. How have you guys been on staffing?
Staffing's been going well. It's been an adventure, but we are fully staffed and ready to go for the summer. We got a lot of younger kids this year, high school kids, but they're going to do a great job, and I'm feeling very confident on the season.
Yeah, because that's got to be a fun job, right? Like, hey, what are you doing this summer? I'm working at the splash pad. I mean, I'm sorry, you get to sit outside, get a tan, and play in the water. I mean, come on, what could be better, right?
It doesn't get much better than that, let me tell you.
I'll be part of your marketing team, your recruiting team.
We can use, that's perfect. You are totally on.
So can I ask you a quick question though about the tickets, just thinking like today. We never know what the weather's going to be, so if I do get my ticket so many days in advance and then Mother Nature isn't cooperating that day, can you reschedule? How does that work?
Yeah, so if you are here the day of during the weather, inclement weather, then we have weather passes that will pass out and you can bring for another date during the season, or we can just give you a refund if that works better.
So for people that haven't been there, maybe it's their first time, what can they expect?
A lot of fun, that's for sure. A lot of sunlight. If you're going into the pad, you will get wet. So parents, you know, when you come in here, you kind of got to keep your head on a swivel. There's a bunch of features moving around. There's kids playing with the sprayers. So just a lot of fun and a lot of sun.
Oh, so can I ask you, I've been by there, I've driven by, but I haven't actually been in. Because one thing for me, I'm an adult, I don't have any kids, so I think it's kind of weird for adults to go. That's what you need to do. We need to have an adult night, adults only.
That is definitely a great idea and something that we'll look into for the future. But you're not actually the only person that has asked me that. I have gotten that before, so there could be something that we might be doing in the future, definitely.
How about an adult night with the margarita truck?
Oh boy.
See, Mike, nothing like putting you on the spot here on the Splash Live, right?
That's right, yeah.
Any other information that we need to know? Did we run the video at all, Calvin? Because the video that you guys have on your Facebook page is really amazing. I mean, it looks like it's such a great time. So I know that I remember last year it was a little delayed, you know, trying to get this up and running in the middle of the pandemic because it wasn't just, it's the supply issue, the contractor issues, but it's been up, it's running, it's a success. So where do you think this is going to go from here?
I think this year we can only go up, especially, I mean, last year we didn't have anything besides just the 3 sessions, 7 days a week, and we did really well. And this year we're offering, the sensory-friendly Mondays, private parties, and the twilight sessions with food trucks. So I think this year is going to be just as busy, if not a little bit more busy.
So before we say goodbye, what are the hours?
Yes, so the hours again are 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m., and then 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Residents, it's $4 per person per wristband, and non-residents are $6 per person per wristband.
And of course, we want to let parents know this isn't a drop and go. The kids need to be with someone, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yep.
Well, I remember, I'm just saying, my experience, I remember back when I was a kid. I'm from a little town. They dropped us off at the pool. Sometimes we rode our bikes there or roller skated all the way out to the pool, and then we were on our own. Those poor lifeguards.
Yep, anyone 16, you have to be 16 years and older to be able to purchase. You need to at least purchase one to go in with the child.
Can I bring my own inflatables? This is Flo, by the way, Flo the flamingo. She wants to come.
Yeah, you can bring Flo the flamingo as long as you don't bring Flo the flamingo in the water zone.
There you go. Well, Mike, we so appreciate your time today. Anything else maybe I didn't ask that you want to add for people?
Yeah, if anyone's looking for additional information, we have a bunch of information, frequently asked questions, all on wbparks.org. If you take a look, most of the questions will be answered on that, or you can give us a call at 248-451-1900. We'd be happy to help.
Okay, we're going to check back with you in the middle of the season, but we want you on a lily pad, in your swim trunks, with Lays, and Flo the flamingo.
You'll find me. I'll be here.
You have to have fun, right?
That's right. Gotta have fun. Fun in the sun.
Mike, thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's great to have you. What a cool event to have in our neighborhood. I absolutely love this. But again, sometimes I feel weird being an adult. I'm going to push them. We need an adult night with a margarita truck. We're going to work on that. We want to say thank you to everyone for taking your time to be with us today, but that's going to wrap it up for today's edition of the Splash Live. I want to say thank you to all of our guests for taking time to be with us. It's not always easy to take a break in the middle of your day, so thank you to them. Thank you to our Zoom producer, Jared, back in Troy holding things down. Calvin Brown, who I often speak to here. We need to get you a little camera, Calvin. He's great. He's our board operator. Gets us on the air every day. Thank you so much, Calvin. And to you, our viewers, for tuning in. And in case you didn't know, you can also catch the Splash Live on My Michigan TV, a new streaming service dedicated to telling stories about the state of Michigan.